Alright, welcome back guys. Well, today's the day. We're going to attempt to see what kind of compression we got in this engine. During the course of the week I had soaked transmission fluid in all these cylinders, and I don't know what we're going to have and if this is going to be successful or not, but we are certainly going to try. I did look up the compression specifications of this engine just for the hell of it. I didn't find a compression ratio. The owner's manual doesn't tell you that, but I'm going to give you the numbers. The minimum, I guess this is factory, minimum is 145 and the maximum is 189. So I don't know what this compression ratio of this engine is, but along the way I'm going to research it unless one of you guys know what this is. I don't. But first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have Gail crank it, and I'm going to blow all the oil out all these cylinders so that we can do a compression test on it and find out where we stand. And then Gail's going to give you the numbers, and then we're going to put the plugs and the coils back in and fire this thing up. So, you ready, Gail?
I'm ready, Brian.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright.
Alright, well, here we go. This is going to probably make a big ass mess. I'm not really sure how much is going to blow out. I know there's at least a quart of trans fluid in all these cylinders, so I'm going to hold a rag down here and try to catch it all. Alright, Gail. When I tell you, go ahead and start trying to start it. Oh man, it just shot my stuff. Alright, stop. Oh man, it shot me right in the crotch, Gail.
Oh no.
Oh man, it just blew. A number one cylinder just plurped out all over my damn crotch. Wonderful. Jesus, man. Well, I knew it was going to be messy.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead, do it again. Alright. Well, it's shooting out. Ruined a good pair of jeans. I should have just put these ones with everything was rotted. These big holes in my pants. I should have just done that. But, well, we're getting it out. Alright, go ahead, do it again. Just firing it out. Alright, give the starter motor a rest. We need to burn that out.
Do you maybe want to move the camera closer so the audience...
No, we're fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Alright, one more time. Alright, Gail. Well, I think we got all the oil out.
Okay.
So, I think that we're ready for a compression tester, so...
You think we're ready?
You ready to start compression testing this thing?
I'm ready, Brian.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
Here we go, guys. Alright, well, it's time to find out what number one cylinder is. Alright, Gail, whenever you're ready, fire away.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, Gail. Well, you ready to show them the numbers?
I sure am, Brian.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
Alright, Gail, let's see it. What you got?
Ding, 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 ding. Cylinder number 1. You ready? This is what we got, folks.
130.
Yeah.
Just on...
Just right at the line.
Yeah, it's 145 was the minimum, but that cylinder should still fire.
I know. Well,
Alright, well.
we see what number 2 looks like.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
Alright, Cylinder number 2.
Here we go, Brian.
I'm ready, Gail. Go ahead, fire when ready. Oh, it's climbing. It's climbing. All right, whoa, that's good. Well, I'll tell you what, Gail. Wait till our friends see this number. You ready to tell them what the number is for number 2?
I'm ready, Brian.
All right, fantastic.
All right, here we go.
All right, Gail. Fans are ready for number 2.
Ding, 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 ding.
Damn, number 2 cylinder looks pretty good. What do you say, huh?
You ready? Here we go, folks.
150. Woohoo!
That.
So that was one of our weak cylinders, and
Yep.
we got 150 pop out of that. And I think
know.
minimum was 155, so
Gain of 65.
yeah, that's super.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right.
All right, well, you ready for number 3?
I am.
All right, let's do number 3. All right, Gail. You ready to do number 3?
I'm ready, Brian.
All right, well, whenever you want to fire it, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, baby, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's just wonderful. Oh God, the excitement just keeps growing, Gail. You want to tell them what the numbers are?
All right.
All right, cool.
Here we go, guys.
All right. All righty, Gail. The fans are ready for cylinder number 3.
Ding, 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 ding. You ready?
Let's have it. 165.
know,
Woo!
right?
Now we're talking.
I know. We got
That's-
85 gain there.
Yes, we did. That one for sure is going to pop away, and that is going to be. And that's funny. That was That was a really low cylinder.
I know.
That was a low cylinder. That only had like 80 pounds, I think. And look what it did.
Yeah.
Just from transmission fluid, guys. Isn't that some shit? Let's hear number 4, Gail.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Here comes the last one.
All right, Gail. You ready for number 4?
All right. Here we go,
All right,
Brian.
here we go. Fire when ready.
All right.
All right. Little son of a gun. You ready to show him number 4?
I'm ready, Brian.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
On the number 4.
Last one. Ready?
I'm ready. 130. So our 2, what we thought were the strongest cylinders, are now, they stayed the same, but yet our 2 weakest ones jumped up by a large margin.
Yeah.
So shoot, man, 130. Well, they'll pop, but they said minimum's 145, so hopefully by running it and driving it and getting out on the road, it's going to run a lot better. I'm hoping. So I guess shit, that's the next thing we got to do, Gail, is just fire it up.
Yep.
All right, let's fire it
Go for a
up.
ride.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right. Well, now that Gail's given you the compression numbers, now what we're going to do is I'm going to put 4 fresh plugs back in this thing, put the coil packs back in, hook all the injectors back up, and we're going to start this thing up. Now, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be smoky. Who knows if it's going to be smoky or not, but we're going to find out how it runs. So, all right, Gail, well, you ready?
I'm ready, Brian.
All right, well, I'm going to put the plugs back in right now. So we'll be back shortly.
See you soon.
Alright guys, well, before we start the engine, we're going to clear the codes out of the computer. We know there are going to be codes in it, so if you're in this situation, you don't want to mind screw yourself with having a check engine light on, because more than likely it's possible it will come on, because you're going to have primary ignition coil circuit opens, which means that we unplugged all the coils, so you're going to store 4 codes for all 4 cylinders and possibly injectors, because you don't want to have the car spraying fuel while you're doing a compression test, because all you're doing is watering down your results. You want no fuel being sprayed in when you're doing a compression test. So before we fire this thing up, I put a scanner on it, which is worth your money to buy one of these. They're not expensive. It helps you at least diagnose problems with your car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the codes, and we're going to start with a clean slate when we fire the engine. That way if there's anything that pops up along the way, the computer is fresh and it doesn't have anything getting in its way as far as thinking is concerned. It doesn't have a lot of things stored in it. We want a fresh start, like rebooting a computer kind of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase these codes. I'm going to clear them and erase OK, which means that everything's ready to go. So Gail, here's what we're doing. We're ready to start this thing.
We're ready.
Ready to start it? You ready to start this thing, Gail?
I'm ready to start it, Brian.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right, Gail. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Brian.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, man. It's probably going to smoke.
I know.
Oh, but I think she's going to fire. Here we go.
I hope so.
Hot dog. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, she's smoking.
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
It's running all 4 cylinders.
I can hear that.
Still smoking?
Yeah, it's still smoking. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're getting rid of the speeders now.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, you got to figure, turning the engine over, it's going to, push oil into the valve.
Right.
So it's going to be burning off a lot.
It is.
My battery lights on.
That's odd.
Oh. What sucks about new cars is that you can't come out here. You can't come out here and run the throttle because it's electronic. The throttle plate, there's no throttle cable on these anymore. It's running all 4 cylinders. Boy, it's smoking like a
Like a chimney.
like a diesel. But son of a gun.
I know.
But she's gonna smoke for a little while. That kind of sucks. The alternator doesn't charge. That's funny. Well, it's still smoking, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the alternator light's on. Well, that's a bummer. Let's see if this air conditioning works. I don't think it does.
No?
Well, we'll try it.
Well, that's something you can fix.
Yeah. Nope, it doesn't work.
No?
No, it doesn't get cold. Let me go back here and sniff this. Make sure it's not head gasket. It almost looks like a head gasket, don't it? I don't smell antifreeze though, it's oil. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, man.
Woo!
We're in the fog.
Here we are. Wow, that thing is smoking. Well, you know what? I knew it was going to push oil through the valves. I knew it was going to be it's probably got a lot of it in the manifold. Because when it comes up to get rid of its exhaust stroke, it's going to push all that transmission fluid right through.
Right.
Holy smokes, literally. Huh?
I know, right?
Well, I guess we could probably still drive it with a alternator light on up to charge the battery. That kind of stinks. So it's going to probably need an alternator, but
Well,
it's cheaper than a freaking
I was
engine.
just gonna say that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, you ready to take this thing for a ride?
I guess.
All right, let's take it for a ride.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right. Well, we've been running this thing about 40 minutes. It's not overheating. The cooling system is happy, and guess what? The air conditioner actually does work. We just never left it on long enough to see. But as you can see, she's still smoking. Now, originally I was like, oh man, maybe this is a blown head gasket, but it's definitely oil smoke. If you have a head gasket leak, the exhaust smells very, very sweet. Like very sweet because you know, antifreeze smells sweet when it burns, but this smells like oil. So I mean, you got to think how much oil is in that exhaust system burning out. So it's going to probably take a while till this thing is done smoking, but we're not going to stop running it until. The alternator is kind of wonky. It's charging. The light's on. It's still charging. 13.36. I've tried all the accessories and it kind of stays still, but look, the alternator light is on. It's not overheating. Well, air conditioning's nice and cold. So far, we're not going to take it for a ride until this thing stops smoking, because I don't really want to drive it on the road until I'm done. It's done burning out all its crap. Because you got to think, it's burning off the top of the pistons, it's burning off, the valves are coated with it, the exhaust manifold on the inside. Now, you know, if you get oil on an exhaust manifold, it'll burn for a long time before it finally stops. Now you got to think, there is at least a quart of fluid that was in there. But she's running. All four, Gail. So, as soon as this thing's done smoking, if nothing major kind of like ruins our day, we're gonna go for a ride. Okay, well, it's the time. It's time, Gail.
Yep, we're gonna go for a ride. I should put my seatbelt on.
Yep, this car here, you have to put your seatbelt on. It does not like. All right, I want to hand you over to Gail.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
Well,
you ready?
I'm ready, Brian.
Oh man, this is low. It's gonna run. Let's see how she goes. Yeah, I listened to that compression. I hear those 2 cylinders are still low, but it's running all 4 cylinders though. All right.
Okay.
We can turn the air conditioner on too.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, roll the windows up. Maybe the audio will get better. We'll do that. I'll get the window scale. You just handle the record here.
All right.
It's funny. I've never had a battery light on a car, and then the thing is still charging. Oh, that motor's rattling. It don't like that gas. It's rattling. You hear it rattling?
Yeah.
Gas at all. Well, that could have contributed to helping it along.
Right.
You know, you got low octane fuel, and you've got crappy low octane fuel, and now this is also 7 months old. You know,
Yeah, it's been sitting a while.
Yeah, she don't like the gas at all. We're gonna run this thing all the way to empty, and get some high octane, put some 93 in it, because you gotta think, premium gas makes a better explosion. So when you got a weak cylinder, the better quality of gasoline you've got, the more power that, even that compression's low, it'll still make better power than it would 87.
Right.
I mean, you wonder how this thing's tuned. Interesting, I went to the owner's manual, and it had the specs for the engine, but it does not say horsepower, or does not say compression ratio, which I thought was interesting. Toyota published a lot of technical information in their owner's manual, but they did not.
That.
Yeah, right. Boy, it's smooth. Wow, I cannot believe how smooth this is. It's really smooth. Transmission shifts really nice.
It rides nice.
It does. You wouldn't think it had 160,000 miles on it. I get it. That's why I'm a Toyota guy. Here comes this guy.
Yeah.
Good thing we're done smoking.
Yeah, right.
He's blowing smoke on her face. Will be.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Big cloud of skeeter smoke.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would not be nice.
Yeah, it's just really smooth. It definitely feels like it's underpowered.
Yeah, it does feel underpowered.
Well, we also have the air conditioning on too.
True, and it's got shitty gas.
And we have low compression on 2 of those cans.
Right, so there's a few factors.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If there'd be a timing problem with, say, the variable valve timing chain or cams, it would not run as good as it did. It would already have thrown a check engine light already, because the cam timing would have been out. The computer doesn't take long to understand that, and then especially that it's rattling, so you know the octane is shitty. You know, you just have such low compression, and you got crappy gas. You know, the cylinder's just rattling around. But
Yeah.
I would believe, just in my experience, that if the timing would be off, those cam sensors would know, and they would throw a light, and we have no check engine light.
Well, that's good.
That's why we scanned. That's, guys, when we made the video of scanning, that's why we did that, was because you want to make sure the computer is free of anything going on. So if there is a check engine light, the first problem is usually the problem it is the problem you repair first, but you don't want multiple codes popping up from all kinds of other stuff. It confuses yourself and your computer. I mean, you just want to start with a clean, fresh brain. You know,
Right.
how your brain functions after your first cup of morning coffee. You're ready to go. Boy, air conditioning's nice and cold. What a surprise, huh?
I know,
the AC
right?
works in it. Hot dog. You know?
Yeah, you don't even have to charge it.
Yeah, the dash lights are cool too. They're like orange. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, look at that.
That looks good. Wow, it's quiet. It's really quiet and smooth. I cannot believe how smooth this is. Plus, it's got a 5-star crash rating. Yeah, we can roll it over. We got what, side curtains?
Yeah, well, let's not.
No, I know we won't, but you know, I mean, it's safe, right?
Right.
Looks like it's be safe. That bird is probably. Ooh, that bird made it. Even the brakes are nice.
Yeah.
They're smooth. Oh yeah, it rattles away. It's rattling. That's not good for the engine, so we just got to keep it at the right RPM so it doesn't rattle.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard that before. You guys know what that is. When you hear rattling, you got to let off the throttle. You don't want that engine rattling or detonating. It's not good for it at all. You know, you got a timing problem or you got bad gas, and a lot of times it's bad gas. And that's the thing about crappy gas, Gail. I mean, gas is expensive and it's crappy.
I know, right?
I mean, 10% ethanol.
I know, the audacity of them.
You know what I mean? And then on top of it, it's like you run 87 octane and you got ethanol mixed with it. No wonder with carbon up. I'll bet you $100 that the woman never put premium gas in this. It was always running 87. And it's interesting, the owner's manual, the minimum RON rating is 91. So this car should be running on minimally 91 octane gas. But people don't do that. It can run on 87, but you know, is it really tuned? You know, it's having to retard timing. It's having to deal with crappy gas, and what, you know, it's like an orange flame. You know, it's orange. It leaves a residue like acetylene. When you light it, you need to mix oxygen with it. Well,
Right.
if you've got, you know, low octane and you're firing an explosion, think of how dirty it is. No wonder it carboned up the engine.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know? It makes sense. Yeah, it ain't no you know, Supra. But it's adequate.
Yeah.
I only think the thing's 140 horsepower. Like, it's not you're not going to win races with it.
Yeah.
I wish it was the Corolla S.
Yeah,
That's
would be
got
nice.
the big 2.4 in it. I bet that's fun to drive.
Oh, we could put one of those engines
Well,
in.
you know what? That's an idea, guys. We could do that for the channel. We could just, if this motor's junk, you know what we'll do? We'll swap it. We'll put the big engine in it from the Camry, because that's what a Corolla S has in it, Gail. Hot dog. That's awesome, Gail.
Right. That was a nice ride, Brian.
So you know what? We'll have to keep them posted. We'll have to run this thing down a little bit, right? We'll
Right.
get some fresh gas in her, and then we'll do another compression test and see how, if the engine comes back, if those 2 cylinders come back, and you know, we'll just continue the saga, or it'll be sitting over there and you'll see it in our videos, and it'll be dead in the water, because we're gonna, you know, figure out how to do what to do with the car. But you know, for the most part, for $500, I think we got a damn good deal.
I think so, too.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.